I'm Michelle Barney Hutchins. I am the Director of Community Relations at Spear Memorial Hospital, but today I am speaking to you as the Greater Plymouth All Health Hazards Regional Number 5 point of contact. Over the last week, certainly the national news and state news about the increase in the number of cases of H1N1 flu strain virus, otherwise known as swine flu, has certainly raised everyone's level of attention and interest as to how fast this virus is spreading, will it affect my family, and what can I do to protect myself. Today our goal is to give you a little bit better idea of how the flu has affected our local community. And when I say our local community, I mean Greater Plymouth, which consists of Warren, Wentworth, Rumney, Groton, Plymouth, Campton, Thornton, Waterville Valley, Ashland, and Holderness. And I'm joined today by representatives of many of those communities, as well as Plymouth State University, our key partner, as well as Spear Memorial Hospital, in addressing the critical needs of such a virus should it spread globally to our community.
Paul Freitas, Emergency Management Director, Town of Plymouth.
Hi, I'm Tammy Hill. I serve as the Emergency Manager for Plymouth State University.
David Tobon, Emergency Management Director for the Town of Campton, Fire Chief.
I'm Chris Hodges. I'm the Director of Public Safety for the Town of Waterville Valley.
I'm Bill Taff, Health Officer and Emergency Management Director for the Town of Rumney.
As of 3:30 today, there were 141 cases of confirmed H1N1 virus in our country, affecting people in 19 states. Also, as of 3:30 today, there were 3 probable cases of H1N1 flu in New Hampshire. However, those cases have yet to be confirmed. So what does this mean? How do we protect ourselves? One of the questions that everyone asks is, why are we concerned about this flu? This is a brand new strain of flu. It is one that no one worldwide has natural antibodies to. Therefore, if one comes in contact, and because it is being passed human to human, it is easy for someone to get this, and if not exhibit the symptoms, at least be a carrier. Unlike seasonal flu, which many of us, because of flu shots or just normal exposure over our lifetime, we have developed antibodies that recognize the presence of a flu virus and stand up and fight that off. Because this is a new strain, we don't have that advantage, and why the concern and the great deal of attention that H1N1 swine flu has received. Where can you get information? Updated information as to what our region is doing is posted daily or as information becomes available on the Spear Memorial Hospital website. That address is www.spearhospital.com. The New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services is the lead agency in determining how New Hampshire will address and to what degree it needs to activate greater measures in addressing swine flu infections in our state. As I said, as we stand here today, as of 3:30, we have no confirmed cases in New Hampshire, and those that are probable are all in the Concord area. Should the state raise our alert awareness or raise our alert level, requiring us to take greater action for prevention in our specific area relative to those 11 towns that I mentioned, our Greater Region community partners will work together to activate what is called a multi-agency coordination center. From there, information from all of our towns, the hospital, the health centers, the schools, and the university will funnel through this main coordination agency and be dispersed out to you by the Spear Memorial Hospital website, and as needed with more updates through local community access such as this one. Additionally, in terms of more overarching information available on swine flu, you can visit the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services website. That address is up on your screen. You can also call their public inquiry line. That number is also visible on your screen. It is staffed 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. as we stand here today. So what can you do to protect yourself? Well, there's the old saying that everything you needed to know you learned in kindergarten, and the same is true with preventing the spread of infection. So the 3 keys to preventing the spread of infection are: wash your hands. And what that means is vigorously washing your hands, including the palms, fingernails, and tops of your hands for 20 seconds with warm water and soap. If at some point water and soap are not available, alcohol-based sanitizers are an acceptable alternative. Cover your cough or sneeze, and not with your hand. The idea would be to cover or cough into your elbow so that when you're then greeting someone, you're not passing on those germs. And finally, if you're sick, stay home. If you do believe that you're exhibiting signs of the flu, and in particular the H1N1 virus, which are the onset of a sudden respiratory illness, as well as chills, fever of over 100, vomiting, diarrhea, then you need to call your healthcare provider. The recommendation is to first call your provider, who will ask you a number of questions and then determine, based on the severity of your symptoms and your potential exposure, whether you should be seen and a flu test administered. So to keep you and your family healthy during this time of heightened awareness relative to the presence of a new virus, follow the 3 Ps of prevention: wash your hands, cover your cough, stay home if you're sick, and keep yourself updated on the most recent information for our area, which can be found at the Spear Hospital website or with future presentations like this one. And at this time, I'll now turn it over to the Plymouth Emergency Management Director, Paul Freitas.
Thank you. And as you can see, new technology has allowed us to come into your living room with your family and show you how unitedly the regional towns have been able to come together with the university and unite our staff and our resources collectively to be able to serve you as we see fit and as activated by the state in any further emergency and escalation of what we're dealing with at this time. At this time, we see no need to do so outside of the current broadcast that you're viewing. If more broadcasts are needed, we will do so using this method. You'll also notice at the bottom of the screen that we have the capabilities of, at any time, changing the scroll into any emergency warnings that we need to get to you between these types of broadcasts. I'd also like to let you know that there's an area that you can help us. Sitting at your homes, viewing this, many of you may feel a need to want to help. We could use your help. If this were to escalate and we were to have to go to another level and we were shorthanded, we're going to need volunteers. We're asking you to step forward, and if you have that urge or feel the need to want to volunteer, you can contact us through the SPEAR website. I just want to remind you just to continue to use vigilance. Do not panic. The situation is being monitored by our staff. We'll constantly do so throughout this whole situation. Thank you.